leave you, baby. You can say I told you so. And if I ever hurt you, you know I hurt myself as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into the Mega Quan Show.
I am Mega.
And I am Quan. What's going on, good people?
It's another Wednesday.
It is another Wednesday.
Notice we are not live on Tuesdays.
You are so right. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
There we go. I think it was my...
Oh, you were having problems.
Yeah, I was having problems, so I couldn't hear it.
Okay.
And it was driving me nuts.
Good now,
oh, my
right?
goodness. Yeah.
Okay. Let us know if y'all can hear us okay. The sound sounds all right. Hopefully it ain't all distorted.
Right. We actually have our production manager.
Yeah.
So we are doing it big. The hand. Look at it. Yes. Let's go. You know what? I'm sorry.
Okay.
You know what? Y'all asked me about doing this before.
But you know what? You know what you didn't do?
What I did do?
You did not share our posts.
Did you? Oh, you can't.
Why you asked me that?
My brother, you can't. I understand.
I would love to post, but you know what?
Facebook got you messed up.
Facebook put me in jail just yesterday.
Oh, goodness. You
I
got
don't
that
even-
24-hour ban?
Yeah, I got
Hey,
one
it's all
24-hour bans. They tagged me for something yesterday, and then they went back 2 years and like this too. Like what?
Got him.
That don't even make sense.
That is hilarious.
But you know what yesterday was? It was Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's all good.
For sure.
See, that's what happens when you take Tuesdays to the internet.
That part.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave Tuesdays at home with me.
Leave it at home. Leave it at home. Well, you know what? I shared it.
Well,
I shared it for us.
I hope y'all like and share.
Yeah, please like and share. It doesn't cost you a thing, but we do appreciate all the love and support. Well,
You can like us on
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of the same says the
and the Tickety Talks.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget the Tickety Talks.
We'll talk about that.
Snap.
You can check us out on the Mega Quan Show, TheMegaQuian show. See that right there?
That's it.
Just before we get started, show sponsored by the University of Bad Decision. If you haven't had the opportunity to enroll, go check us out at www.theUofBD.
You went on campus and to the bookstore today, huh?
Man, I went to the bookstore today and I have an exclusive.
Yeah, I see that.
I
ain't got none of that exclusiveness.
I'm talking about a real. What I have on is an exclusive.
Yeah,
but I have a real exclusive.
Oh, I see.
When I say a real exclusive, production manager gonna pass that to me real quick. When I say a real exclusive, I'm talking about
they ain't ready.
I'm talking about
what? Not the Letterman check.
Listen,
I love that.
There's an updated website coming. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, we ready.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. There's some exclusivity coming up.
What you smoking in?
Man, listen, today, matter of fact, let me get this lit so we can get this show going for real.
All right.
I got this Oliva Melanio Fogata.
That's right. I love
This is how we rolling today.
Still one of my favorites.
It is. I haven't smoked this in a while, actually.
It's been a while. Well, I had it just recently again, but
yeah,
before that it was a while.
And what you smoking, my friend?
I got the Room 101. It's the 13th anniversary.
Oh, the new one.
The new.
The new. Oh, bougie.
It's a
uppity.
It's a little heavy, but I like it.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it.
That's all that
I'm
matters.
still trying to, ease into it. So we're gonna see.
All right, we'll see.
And we swallowing it all down with a little bit of Black Label.
Hey man. Oh, that's all. Because we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it rolling. Anyway, good people. We're gonna get into these sports. We're gonna get into sports.
No football, right? We don't have to talk about football. I don't care. Football is out.
We're gonna get into these sports.
I guess we can talk about college sports.
But you know what? You know what? Before we get into sports, I want to say thank you to our listeners, our fans, the people that watch us, that check us out week to week. 78. I did a little data analysis. So 78% of our listening audience are ladies. We appreciate you, ladies.
Who told this dude he was a data scientist? Why y'all let him do that?
I'm trying to put that on my resume. So
Okay, I feel you. That's what's up. So 78% of our audience is ladies.
78.6 is ladies, 21.4 are the gentlemen. We have people, and I'm just gonna name some because it was a long list. But we got people in New York, Chicago, in the Indianapolis, Charlotte, LA, Houston, Seattle, Maine, even people in Germany, India. We do have a couple of people in Nigeria. I don't know if they scammers or not, but
I don't care.
Appreciate y'all.
Keep watching.
That's right. Barbados, Jamaica, South Korea, the Bahamas, just to name a few.
Ooh,
All I'm gonna say is we appreciate you and we thank y'all for tuning in, liking, sharing, following, all that good stuff. Now, with that said, I'm gonna jump into these sports.
All right, I love it.
We're gonna start with college football. That's a lot better because we got a lot of undefeated teams in the top 10. We got Georgia number 1 at 6-0.
Georgia not jump back up to number 1, huh?
Yeah, Georgia. Georgia's up number 1. Alabama dropped 2 down to number 3, but at number 2 is the Ohio State 6-0.
They look like they powerhouse too.
Oh yeah. Like I said, Alabama 6-0 and number 3. Clemson number 4 6-0. Michigan number 6. Number 5 is Michigan with 6-0. Okay. Tennessee, them Vols, is 5-0. USC is number 7, and they 6-0.
That's what's up.
Oklahoma State is number 8 with 5-0. Ole Miss is in the top 10 right now, y'all.
How is that possible?
Number 9 with 6-0.
Jeez.
And then Penn State,
another Big Ten team.
that's right, is at number 10, 5-0. Big things are going there, boy.
You said Alabama dropped down to 3, huh?
No, Alabama dropped down to number 3. Yes, they did, sir. Yes,
Alabama.
they did.
I got you.
We'll talk a little baseball real quick. American League.
Oh,
We're just gonna do the top 5.
We in the playoffs.
We are in the playoffs. We just gonna give top 5 real quick from the American League and the National League. Okay. So in American League, number 1, we got the Astros, the Yankees, the Guardians, the Blue Jays, and the Mariners. Right. In the National League, we got the Dodgers at number 1. ATL, which is going on right now with an 0-2 lead.
Yeah.
They're second place. The Mets are 3rd. The Cardinals are 4th, and the Padres are number 5.
All right.
Let's go. NBA season starts next Tuesday on the 18th. We're still in preseason, but the official season starts on Tuesday.
Hoop dreams.
Yeah, you already know. For all the people that don't know, I like F1 racing. I have some F1 racing fans, and we appreciate y'all. But my Red Bull team is winning. We are winning the constructors and the drivers.
So is University of Bad Decisions going to sponsor F1 teams soon?
Red Bull. You know what? Yes,
we get up there.
That is a goal. There you go. Oh, that's a high goal. But we're gonna set our standards high, and we're gonna achieve that goal of putting the smallest sticker on one of them cars. Ferrari is right behind Red Bull, and Mercedes is number 3. Yeah. So let's talk NFL football. Let's talk NFL. Okay?
There's an undefeated team, though. Still.
We'll get to that.
All right. I'm going to let you do it.
Matter of fact, you know what? We're going to start on that side. We're going to start with the AFC.
All right.
The AFC is looking good. They're looking really good over there.
Oh, the NFC. Okay, I got you.
What I say?
You said AFC, but
I said NFC.
My bad. I misheard.
Yeah. I know I wrote it on it. It's all good. The NFC, the only undefeated team are those Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to those Philly boys over there doing what they do.
Fly Eagles fly.
Fly Eagles fly. 5-0.
Yeah, y'all repping.
5-0. The Vikings are 4-1.
Yeah,
doing what they do. You know. Cowboys 4-1. Giants 4-1. And the Bucks, even with going through a divorce, are still doing good with 3-2.
Hollywood
divorce. I'm just saying.
I got it.
When we jump over here to this AFC, though,
it don't look as cheery.
Yeah, for some people. The Bills are number 1 with 4-1. Chiefs are 4-1 at number 2. Titans
They barely
are
put it out
3.
yesterday, huh?
Yeah, they did. The Titans are 3-2. At number 3, number 4 are the Ravens at 3-2. The Jets are number 5 at 3-2. At the very bottom of the AFC are the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wait, at the very bottom. Okay, y'all last. What's the record again? You know what? It don't matter.
It's
You got
1-4. It's
Okay.
1-4.
You got.
It's
I
1
got
and
you.
4.
You're down there.
The season's not over. I think we're gonna at least get 8 wins. If we get at least get 8 wins, we'll be good.
Yeah.
You know, it would be, as of right now, Tomlin is the only coach in NFL history to not have a losing season.
Okay. We'll
He's
see
been-
how that. See how that holds up for him.
He's been at 500 his whole career. So hopefully he will continue
Okay.
to hold on to that. Anyway, and then this Saturday, I'm super excited about Saturday. Saturday, for those that don't know, is a big boxing day.
Oh, who's
We
boxing?
We got Devin Haney. He'll be boxing out of Australia. Clarissa Shields, she'll be fighting out of London. And the return of Deontay Wilder will be fighting in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Who's Dante Wilder fighting?
Deontay Wilder? I can't remember, but
All right.
you know, he's trying. It's a heavyweight fight, of course,
Okay.
but he's trying to get back to the top. So that is your sport moments, minutes, time, and
All right. I
Yeah.
got you. I appreciate those sports, sir. Before I go into our Black History moment, I just want to remind everybody, November, is it 8th? No, Election Day. It's coming up. 4th, 8th, whatever it is. Just be prepared to get out and vote. Your vote is always important. And it doesn't matter who you vote for, but I suggest you do just a little bit of research on whatever candidate that interests you. Okay? All right. So now for your Black History moment. Today we're going to talk about the one and only Wilt Chamberlain, one of the greatest professional basketball players. Wilton Norman Wilt Chamberlain died today, October 12th, 1999. 1999 on this day in Bel Air, California at the age of 63.
okay.
That's a good long age. I ain't too mad at him. No. Chamberlain dominated the game of basketball with his giant 7 foot 1 inch, 275-pound statue. Okay, that's a word. Sure.
Stature.
No, they say statue. So
Oh.
I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stature is a better term I would have used there.
Yeah, it's all good. Continue. Sorry.
No
Didn't mean to
problem.
interrupt.
You good. This it's funny because this site has a handicap stick sign next to it, and I'm not sure why.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's just... All right. He brought along with his size, a shot blocking, prolific scoring, and unbelievable rebounding ability that enabled him to become a legend during his career. Chamberlain played at Kansas in college and later for the Harlem Globetrotters before entering professional basketball. Did you know he played for the Harlem Globetrotters?
I did know that.
Oh, good deal. Chamberlain went on to play in the NBA for the Philadelphia and San Francisco Warriors, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's right.
Until this day, Chamberlain is the only player to score 100 points in a professional game. Not even Jordan or Kobe did that.
A beast. No LeBron.
Nor LeBron. Just so y'all know. Chamberlain was born on August 21st, 1936 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And that is our Black History moment for the day.
I like how you tied that in. The Eagles are undefeated.
There you go. See, another Philly guy.
Yeah. I like how
Absolutely.
you did that. That was a great way to put that together.
I got you. I said,
I like
actually, I
that.
was going to go with football today, but I'd say, no, I'm
Yeah,
do
we're
something
gonna leave
different.
football alone for right now. I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, so good people. We hope that that you are enjoying this weather change. I will say that I am.
Hey. And we live in Atlanta, and we have a little slight weather change.
We do,
But
we
don't
do.
get it twisted.
It's gonna be 90 tomorrow.
Exactly. We're in
Come Saturday.
What phase are we in right now? Fake fall? Something like that.
Something like that.
I don't know what they call it. Second summer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You never know what
getting
might
there.
happen. You never know what might happen here in Atlanta. Today it's cold and raining. Tomorrow you got on shorts and flip flops.
Back in Indiana, you used to call when it get warm again in October. It was the Indian summer. You know, we got like a week or so of warmth. So.
Yeah. So today we have a special guest. We have a young lady, and her name is Candace. Candace Ledbetter.
I like that name already.
Candace Ledbetter. Let's bring her on and talk to Miss Ledbetter.
We talked briefly before the show, so I'm really looking forward to talking to her on the show.
Let's go.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the
Hi,
Mega
guys.
Quan Show.
What is going on, Miss Ledbetter?
Everything's going on.
Wonderful.
All good stuff too.
That's what I'm talking about. So, introduce yourself to the people.
Yes, please do so.
Wow. Well, I am Candace Ledbetter. I am a PR and visibility strategist based here in Atlanta, Georgia. My company is See and Better Media. And we specialize, I like to say that we specialize in helping influential brands and people go from background noise to household names. So we do media relations, we do content strategy, experiential marketing, event planning, expert positioning, all of the above. We do it all things PR and communications.
Okay.
And how long you been doing this?
Officially since 2014, so about 8 years.
That's pretty awesome.
I've always said that, you know, PR kind of has been my life just because I'm a people person. So being expressive and helping to connect people to media or to get in the forefront, be behind the scenes to make things happen, that's always been a part of my vibe. So
Nice. How did you get started in PR or media?
Well, you know, it's funny because growing up, I was always in the forefront because of how I was. People would always have me host things, even in youth groups. I would be the host of the talent show. I will always be on the mic somewhere. When I got to college, shout out to HBCUs, Virginia State University. So I was major of English and mass communications with radio, television, broadcasting. So I always felt like radio, TV was going to be in my lane somewhere. But as it would have it, as I graduated college, I actually became an 8th grade language arts teacher. And then after teaching for about 4 or 5 years, that's when I moved to Atlanta, and then eventually got connected with the Atlanta Metro Black Chamber of Commerce, did some writing and communication stuff for them, and then got into radio and became a radio show producer at V103 here in Atlanta. Okay. Shout out to Joyce Littell, my mentor and the GOAT of Quiet Storm and Love and Relationships and all of the above.
Okay.
And then from there, transitioned to the promotions department, and shout out to Shalise and the whole team, where I actually did PR. And that's where I really got my foot into PR, working with the media for all of our big events like Car and Bike Show, for Sisters Only, all of that stuff. And then it got to be that moment where you reach a plateau and you're looking for your next level professionally. And I was looking for that next level. And I just so happened to talk to a colleague that would bring celebrities to the station all the time because they worked in PR. And they asked me one day, like, have you ever thought about going into PR full time? And I'm like, funny you should ask. And that's how I got into PR full time. So interviewed with them and got the job. And by March 2014, that's when I left radio and went into PR.
Nice.
Now you do this full time for yourself.
Full time for myself. And actually over the last 2 years have grown quite a bit. So I actually have grown a team, but it's more of a collective, is what I like to call it. Myself and another PR sister of mine, we saw the value in partnering together on a lot of contracts, and now we are creating something much bigger. So we have teams that we work with, and so we're able to do much more. So very
You did
excited
say-
about that.
You said teams, not teens, right?
Yes, teams.
No. I said teens. Like I didn't know if you were mentoring teens. That's the reason I asked that question.
Oh, okay.
Just in case someone didn't understand. That's the reason. I was just trying to get the proper correlation, whether it was teams with an M or teams
Yes.
with an N.
Sometimes you
Team.
need some
My team and her
sometimes.
team. We all working together.
So you have you do a bunch of celebrities clients, I assume?
I wouldn't say a bunch of celebrity clients. I would say more subject matter experts. Now, I have worked with plenty of celebrities, because when I started in PR, my lane was entertainment PR. So I was working with a lot of the film studios and television networks, also music artists. If you know, I mean, anybody who loves old school R&B knows Peabo Bryson. So Peabo Bryson was my client. Did some great work with him and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, legends in the game. So that was an honor. If anything, it was like I just want to sit and just listen to these people all the time. But in addition to them, just working with the film studios. So you know how when a new movie is about to come out and the cast, you start to see them on the Breakfast Club and the Tonight Show and all of those shows, they're doing their press runs.
Definitely.
That would be what me and our team would do. We would be the people to book them on those shows. So it very, very, very interesting and very exciting, because there were a lot of people. I thought working at V103 was one thing, because you see celebrities all the time there, and you would see people that you grew up watching. It's like, man, I can't believe I just met that person,
Right.
But when you get to work with film studios and you're actually working, like the people that I've booked for and worked alongside and talked to, just like we knew each other from childhood, like people like Snoop Dogg and D-Ray Davis. We all know D-Ray.
Yes.
And then also, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and, I affectionately call him Theo from The Cosby Show.
I'm pretty sure you and every woman, every other.
Right, exactly. He will always be Theo to me. But New Edition, and I mean, just Bobby Brown, the list goes on. And I am so blessed to have had that experience. And it's funny because I always say that how when you look back over your life and how you get to where you are, you look back and you're like, well, I feel like everything that I did professionally were worlds ago, like whole life experiences ago. But when I look back, it's like that whole thread, I can see how it all ties in together. And from being an 8th grade language arts teacher, a lot of the patients that I needed to deal with kids is the same patients that I needed to deal with in this industry as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Because you deal with so many different personalities and so many different people who have different needs. And, you have to know how to balance that and make sure that they are good, so that they stay good.
Right.
Well, did you tell me that we were in the market for a new PR firm?
We
for
are.
the Mega Quan show?
We are.
That's what I thought.
We are.
Yes.
Because we're firing the old one. I'm telling you that right now. They didn't know that, but we're firing the old one.
Hopefully they're not listening.
I think they just got the notice.
They're gonna know now. Too bad.
I think they just got notice that they're gone. Thanks.
It's me. They fired me.
You are fired.
I couldn't book us on nothing.
See how you tell her yourself?
Yes. It's okay. I'm not trying to go into PR. That's all. I was forced into the position.
He was.
That is so funny.
Oh man. So what would be your advice to someone thinking about getting into the PR game?
Oh wow, there's so many different layers of advice I would give. But the first thing I would say is to make sure that you're clear on what makes you newsworthy. A lot of people think that because they have an event or they wrote a new book or they've launched a product or they have this new partnership, a lot of times they think that that's what will attract the media, but it depends on what it is. And then also how it's timed, so that it makes sense for the media. The media right now is in a very different world than where they were before COVID. Pre-COVID,
everything is different.
Everything is different. Like we all are living in a new normal. In the media world, there have been so many shifts and changes, and people who were working at one outlet are no longer there. They're now three outlets removed from where they were.
Right.
All those connections you thought you had, right?
Right, exactly. So a lot of us are rebuilding contact lists, and they are rebuilding just their lanes of where they've landed. There's a lot of people are writing about different things than they were writing before. So it's a lot, I don't want to say stricter, that's the wrong word for it, but I would say it's a little more challenging in securing PR, because it has to make sense for them. Not PR, securing media interviews, because it has to make sense for the media. And they're being very particular these days because they want to make sure that it's something that will definitely grab the audience, that is something that can benefit the audience, and something that will gain traction for them online. It has to be something that, it has to be a win-win, because when you think about what we do as publicists, our job is to try to get you the free stuff. Like there is paid media, there is paid PR. When it comes to certain placements, you may have to pay for it because it's more like advertising. But we tend to work more in the space of earned media, which is we're giving stories or creating angles that make sense for the media to want to write about. Because, for instance, right now we're in October. It is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So they're looking for those stories. It's also National Anti-Bullying Month or Bullying Prevention Month. So if you have a story of when you were bullied in high school and how that shaped the person that you are now, and how, strategies or tips that you can give to kids.
I knew you was gonna look at me. I was about to say, I knew you was gonna look at me because I was the bully in school. I knew you was gonna look at me. I knew it.
Somehow I believe that, Laquan.
October is Purpatober. It's a few different wonderful things that's going on this month.
I got a few stories to tell then. Let's go.
So it needs to be newsworthy. It needs to be media in order.
And time.
So I do got a question, because it's safe.
Oh, I know.
But so they say any publicity is good publicity. Is that really true? Because I think about people like, they say Kanye West right now. He's all out there right now with
way out there.
I can answer that question. Okay. I say no, because he was just on a show that they decided not to air because of his comments on the show.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say that.
There you go.
So
it could make you lose business.
I don't know.
Right?
Let's see.
It can. It definitely can, depending on what it is. The saying that you just shared, Stephen, it's one of those things, because publicity is publicity, and if it's getting people talking, it's publicity, whether it's good or bad. Now, is that a good thing? It just depends on the situation. Because sometimes bad publicity can work in your favor if you spin it right to correct it, and are honest and authentic in correcting whatever that bad publicity is. We've seen a lot of different things happen, like you just mentioned, Kanye with the t-shirt at him and Candace Owens.
Yeah, he had the whole Black Lives Matter t-shirts.
Yeah, and it's like, those types of instances, it is bad in those instances, because Kanye already has a reputation of how he's been and how loose of a cannon he is in some ways. And it's either a genius or a loose cannon. And now he's teetering more on the loose cannon side.
I agree.
Right.
And because of that, it does cause a loss, because you have to always think about what audience you're impacting, how you're impacting that audience. And now he's losing people. And sometimes when people keep pushing the edge like that, sometimes they can feel, and I'm not saying Kanye is doing this, but sometimes they can feel like I'm invincible. Nothing, I can go out here and do whatever I want.
I'm gonna say
That
I'm gonna
money
say it
thinks
for him.
he thinks that money is a
I'm gonna
shield.
say it for him. He feels that way.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, he does. And we all know that. And, you know, one thing I did do is pay attention to, like, you know, some of the comments that people left under, you know, the pictures and everything that was going viral. And it's a huge loss that he's dealing with right now. Like he's lost.
People were
So let me
already-
ask you this:
Mhm.
is it a huge loss in the Black community, or a huge loss overall?
But
he
I
did-
would
he did
say,
make some
I would say in the
anti-Semitic
Black
remarks as
community.
well. So
I would say in the Black community.
Gotcha.
I don't think it's overall.
I don't think it's
and then
overall.
on the flip side of that, it's the overall part that will keep him going. You know what I'm saying? That's
Exactly.
the overall part that would keep him going. And
The crossover.
and just like, you know, people like Trump, I mean, they're gonna, because of how they are, they will always do something to keep them in the media, because
absolutely.
that keeps the
Them
conversation
alive.
going.
Yeah, basically.
And whether it, I mean, you know, in PR, there are people who do PR stunts. You know, you'll see a lot of stunts that happen just to get people talking.
Ray J. All right.
Yeah, because, and then next thing you know, you find out they're dropping a new book, they're dropping a new CD, they're dropping whatever. And so sometimes you can't believe everything that you see. Because it probably is a PR stunt. But then there are things that happen that's just like, no, that's just crazy.
Right.
And then I pray for whoever is their representation as a publicist, because that kind of crisis management is, it takes
Kanye and Juicy Smouye.
Here we go.
Whoa.
I knew it was coming.
I had to put it out there. That boy need all the help he needs in the world, for sure.
So listen,
Go
you
ahead.
gave us your advice on how what advice would you give to avoid, or looking back? Let me change that question. Looking back on your let's say the last 15 years, because you said you started this in 14, so the last 15 years, what would you have done differently to get you to this point, or to catapult you past this point?
What would I have done differently? Had I known that PR is what it is, I maybe would have pursued that sooner than I did. By the time that I got into PR, I was in my like mid-30s, to be honest with you. I was, like early
thought
to
you was in your
mid-30s.
20s right now.
Well, bless the Lord. Come on and say it again.
This dude, I love it.
I received that. Thank you.
Okay, that glow. I see you.
Yeah, 28. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, I was at 31, but you got me. I feel you.
But no, I would have done it much sooner, mainly because PR is definitely a grind. And I don't think a lot of people know how much effort and energy and time and dedication goes into executing PR, which is why a lot of people get sticker shock when they hear the prices of PR. And the reason why that is because PR, when I say it's a grind, it's a grind. Like we are truly, you will hear me say this all the time, you know, in your early stages, you are truly no sleep gang. Like you are not sleeping, because we always have to be on. We always have to be tuned in, turned up, watching whatever television, news, breaking news, all of that stuff. We have to keep a pulse on all of that stuff just so that we can know where to plug in our clients, or now with the world of social media, we have to pay attention to our clients' social media too, because if we got a crazy client that I'm not gonna say any names, I was about to say a name, but
Don't do it.
I was about to say
Don't do it.
Kanye, but I think we all have a general consensus Kanye might be crazy, but scratch that, don't post that. But but any
call you tomorrow.
clients that do stuff like that,
Right.
we have to, and even the clients that are good, you know what I'm saying? You still have to pay attention to their social media because anything can happen at any time.
And you got to take advantage of it.
And people take advantage. So it's like we have to stay on top of all of that stuff. And in addition to staying on top of that, we have to build relationships with the media, which is ever changing. People move around all the time. But the good thing is when we build those relationships, wherever those people go, they're still good with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of time, a lot of effort. A lot of times when you're dealing with publicists, if we're not working under an agency structure, like working under somebody else's umbrella, most times we are solopreneurs. And as solopreneurs, we're working by ourselves, which means that we are everything for ourselves, for our company, for our clients. So
all the research and
all the research, all of that. So I say I would have started much sooner had I known that PR was PR, because I would have rather done all that grinding in my youthful years,
Gotcha.
in my 20s, as opposed to in my early to mid 30s. But it once you learn it, once you get the rhythm and how you do PR and what lane of PR that you want to work in, and you build those connections in that lane, I mean, you can take off very quickly, especially if you're good at what you do.
Well,
go ahead. I'll let you go.
Are you sure? Because
I have one. I do have a final question. It's actually very relevant.
Okay.
To anybody who wants to be in PR. You were talking about how what PR charges, right? And I was just wondering, like, how do you get paid in PR? Do you charge upfront fees? Is it a retainer? Do you get percentages of things that you book? I mean, how does that work?
It depends on what the project is, and then and everybody's different too. I'll speak for myself and most of the colleagues that I work alongside. We charge retainer based, and we require that retainer to be at minimum 4 months long, 4 to 6 months. Mainly because we need that lead time. And when I say lead time, that means the time that it takes for us to pitch and try to get you inside of a magazine. Now, anything that's broadcast or digital, it can happen very quickly. We can call somebody today and book you tomorrow or that same week. Digital stuff can happen within 2 weeks because it's digital. It's not like they have to print it out and sell it. But if we want to get you into a magazine, we want that lead time. Okay. The cost of that, there are different tiers. So if you're working with a solopreneur, and let me say this, most solopreneurs that, have some skin in the game, have some experience, if they're working by themselves, you'll pay anywhere between $25 to maybe $35, maybe $4,500 a month if they're on retainer. Oh, wow. Now, anything below that, I'll say this: there may be good budding publicists, meaning kids that are coming out of college.
They're just trying to get some contacts. I got it.
They may charge you something much less, but you have to be prepared for that much less because they're on the learning curve.
Right.
Book smart PR is good as far as foundation, but the actual execution of PR, it takes being in the real world experience for that. So you may find somebody that just came out of college that may charge anywhere between $500 to $1,500, but you have to be patient with them because they have no relationship, so they got to build that stuff, and it you just have to be patient.
Gotcha.
I
Now,
should have been charging $500. Is that what I'm saying?
now,
So
now-
I'm gonna let you know right now. You're rehired. You are rehired.
Yay!
You got your job back because we ain't got it.
Oh,
Now,
you can book some of your guests on our show, though. No
Yeah.
problem.
Okay.
That's good.
Anytime.
Now, I will say this real quick. You have to also be careful because there are people who call themselves publicists everywhere, and they are not. There are a lot of people who think that just because they did one thing for a celebrity, they're now a publicist, and then they're charging. And sometimes they may charge between the $500 to $1,500 range,
Sure.
but you will get what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hey, it's a hustle.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
It's a hustle.
Yeah.
So
And then
listen,
there are prices above that.
hold on. We want to give
Okay.
people the opportunity to ask you questions, but they have to
Okay.
come to the after show.
Please come to the
So I
after show.
added the link to the after show to the wall. I added it to the chat link.
Yep.
If you would, stick around with us for a little while, Ms. Ledbetter. Answer.
We always have a good
questions.
time in our after show.
We have a good time. We appreciate you. How can people find you?
Yes, let them know.
Yes, so you can find me online. My company, anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter is all at CN Better Media. And then Instagram personal is Candy Grammys. Twitter is Media Queen ATL.
Let's go.
I love it.
And website is cnbettermedia.com. Sorry about that.
There you go. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Appreciate it.
Just in case y'all didn't know, this show was sponsored by the University of Bad Decisions, where all bad decisions aren't bad decisions, but they also make great stories. So we do appreciate you all for tuning in.
You know what my
Joining
cigar
us.
said?
No
It's-
good deeds.
It says no. My cigar literally says no good deeds. I know you can't see it.
But it's all good.
It says no good deeds.
It's okay. If you all would join us on the after show, we
Yes.
appreciate y'all. Save your questions and comments and concerns and thoughts and everything for that.
Yep.
And we will see you all in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, good people. Don't forget, we do this every other Wednesday night. So the next show will be October 26th.
I love it.
9:15.
Right before Halloween.
Yes. That's gonna be a special show.
And our teams are gonna win before then. I promise you.
Hopefully. We got 2 weeks of that. So again, people, don't forget, tune into the after show. We'll see y'all soon. We appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed and have a great night.
Feel free to invite any of your followers to our after show as well.
All right.